Good evening. If you would like to listen to a grown adult drone on for about 20 minutes on why they love skate videos or action sport videos, I guess that's uber generic term, you've come to the right place. I've been wanting to film something like this for a long time to get some of these thoughts down. Because I'll sit down to watch something. I don't really watch a ton of movies. I'm not addicted to any Netflix shows or anything like that. I haven't seen Breaking Bad or Game of Thrones. I haven't seen The Lion King. I haven't seen The Shawshank Redemption. It's not directly related to loving skate videos, but I would be watching more stuff if I weren't obsessed with skate videos, ski videos. It's like the all-encompassing kind of human movement videos is almost a better term than action sport videos, but skate videos is the term that I'll use for this. I'm still obsessed with watching them for all of the reasons I have written down here, and there's a lot of history that I'm learning, and they're still just more exciting to me than movies and TV shows. Every once in a while there's a really good movie or TV show. I'm trying to think off the top of my head the last good movie that I watched. Surprisingly, Little Women by Greta Gerwig. She's a great director. Lady Bird was good too. The last Quentin Tarantino movie, Midsommar, was really good. I'm trying to think of what else. But no, it's skate videos more that stand out to me. Like the last incredible action sports film, there's two ski videos. It was Color or Interpretation by The Bunch. I can't remember which one. It has that long black and white and Bunch India Cash, incredible. And Eat the Guts by H.G. Skis, incredible. The last Bill Strobeck one, it was long, but it was good. What was that one called? Not Cherry. What was the sequel to Cherry? Oh, how can I not? Blessed, I think it was called. Really good. And there's some movies like Gummo. That's the first one that always comes to mind. I'd have to go through my collection that capture the skate video feel of a world that's not staged. And Uncut Gems was another really good one. Thinking of movies that were memorable, where you see people in that movie and it's like, where did they find that guy? Or sometimes it feels so real, the world feels so real and the people in it, that it reminds me of skate videos and skits from skate videos, or the B-roll pieces between. That's just all of the beginning stuff though. So firstly, when you get a text, it goes off your notes. It's a world that you can't replicate in a movie or TV show. When I first saw Mad Beef, it was so separate from movies and TV. It was real life, and this was before social media and the internet. It was this VHS tape with music that you hadn't heard before, locations that you had never seen before, people that you'd never seen before, a sport that you'd never seen before, put together in a vision that was separate from movies and television, and you just wanted to go back to that world because it was so different. That got me hooked. Like watching Mad Beef was like seeing a bunch of things click that I enjoyed all roll into one. It was a solo activity. It was creative, there was music, and there was creativity in the way it was put together. It was taking place on locations that were the real world, real street. Just so exciting that skate videos were so much of a part of becoming obsessed with rollerblades. Those two things were definitely intertwined. And to this day, all of my favorite skate videos, Hoax 2, USD Tour video, The Apples That Fell Far From the Tree, Smell the Glove, some of the Mind Game ones, but take the Shane Coburn stuff out of it. There's more, obviously, but it's a world that you want to return to that is distinct and unique. A place where you can't get that feeling from anywhere else. A good skate video will do that. I also wanted to do this, I can't remember if I said at the start, but that Harry Abel, John Lee video came out, and I'm about to watch it tonight. So it got me thinking about all this stuff, just because John Lee's work is amazing. Harry Abel's skating is amazing. The last piece that John did with Leon Humphreys had all of my personal check marks about why I'm still hooked on this over wanting to make a movie or a TV show or anything like that. Because when I was really young, I thought that I would grow out of making skate videos and start making movies, like go the Spike Jonze route. Not become a Spike Jonze, but I love that he started out in BMX and skateboarding and then moved into making films from there. But honestly, I mean, movies just aren't that exciting of a form to me still. I see good ones, but skate videos and human movement activity videos, they're just more exciting. I think by the time I'm 50, I'm going to make a movie. But I have to get a certain amount of skate videos out of my system before that. A good skate video will make you see the world differently. I have clear memories of watching Welcome to Hell, which is a skateboard video, a classic, at a friend's house. Walking home, and the way that I saw driveways and power boxes, and it completely changed. It was such an amazing, incredible video that my walk home, I saw the world differently. I remember getting that after seeing the Sean C videos, and Imagine Blade Shun, that these things make the world look like a huge playground, and they should in theory make you want to go out and rediscover your town or certain spots. Or I just love that feeling. It's so distinct too. Like, I just remember being so excited to go skate after seeing Welcome to Hell. You're seeing something so special that not a lot of people in the world know about, or might think that it's just a juvenile delinquent activity or something. It's like getting a new mixtape of music, where music is like TV and movies right now, where it's just a buffet of everything, and having people curate lists or things to watch or listen to, especially if you find people that you like and like their taste. Skate videos was like getting mixtapes from a friend constantly, and especially before the internet. It influenced my music taste. It made me discover new music. Think of just VG alone, VG4. I felt like I knew more stuff about VG3 and VG4, that I felt like I knew more stuff about music than the average kid. Then you get into the Joe Navran, the more electronic stuff. There's a long list of just incredible music and groups that I discovered through skate videos, that the music part was just as exciting to me as the skating, which is why I'm very, very picky. Like, if you watch the commentaries with Todd and I'm very picky about music, because it will really make or break. You can't just drop a song in and edit it. Like, good editors or good filmmakers or video creators, they marry the picture and sound together in such a way that you can't imagine them apart. A good example is in USD Tour video, Josh Petty with a song from Royal Tenenbaums. I think of when he's checking into the hotel or motel, I think of that song more. I think of USD Tour video more than I do Royal Tenenbaums, where it was like, wow, that he really hit two things perfect there. You get to see people and parts of the world that you wouldn't normally see, the bad and the good. I loved skate videos for seeing people in the streets, weird parts of buildings and cities and nooks and crannies, and you got to see schools. You got to travel all over the place in a way that, I mean, now obviously there's Instagram and YouTube and you get to see more, but it was amazing to visit these cities and spots through these videos. In a way, again, that movies and TV shows, postcards or photos or whatever just don't, you got such a different sense of what the world was like. In terms of like interactions with street people who would come up and talk to the camera, or things captured by the camera, things happening in the background, that there's just like, there's layers and depth to skate videos. It's subtle that, you know, when somebody's composing a shot for a movie, they're making some things like these days are just so art directed to death, that I can't fall into the world as easily, because it just looks like some stylized photo shoot for a magazine, whereas a skate video is raw and uncensored and unpredictable. I love like stuff from the UK in the last decade. You really get a feel for the city when you watch that stuff. I love it. I love just seeing weird things in the background, or like you get a feel for the texture of the pavement, or see what shops are in the background, or I love all that stuff. I don't get sick of it. If it's a really bad video, there won't be much of that at all. There was in the Shock video, there's some dark stuff in that video, and probably I saw some crazier, darker stuff. You see though that like street people and homelessness, sometimes there's like a likability to, or there's the two relate of like being out on the street doing this weird activity and people hanging out in these weird spots. I love seeing those interactions sometimes, because sometimes when you're out skating, you attract those types of personalities who just want to come up and chat with you. I don't know what that is. Maybe there's like a free spirit on display when you're skating, and then you're meeting these other lost souls or free spirits. You decide. Sometimes it's a mix of both. But I love that skate videos capture that. Interactions with security guards, there's some that, you know, some of that stuff has not aged very well, but at least you would still see realistic interactions. Todd calls a lot of those high blood pressure man. When there's angry older security guard men who just seem stressed out in older videos, high blood pressure man. There's a nickname for them. They combine movement, music, and visuals in a way that's hard to describe. I can't think, you know, like, it's not like people go do martial arts or tennis, or I guess now on YouTube, the putting yourself doing things to music. I mean, God, TikTok is just like, it's people filming themselves dancing to a song for a little bit. You know, that would have been a weird thing way back when, outside of like people would dance in commercials to a song, or there would be music videos, but the way that the human movement and music combines, especially with rollerblading, because the style is so distinct and unique. It's great in skateboarding, skiing, snowboarding, all of it, but rollerblading, especially to music, goes so well. So outside of dancing videos and music videos, I just love the way seeing human beings do crazy things or have a vision for this weird activity that they do and matching it with a song that they really like. Love it. And that the movement part is very addictive to me, and something that I haven't been able to find anywhere else yet. I think it's so stupid. Like, you know, when people record themselves. Okay, no, I'm not going to go here, but like recording video game videos, I get it, but it's so weird to me compared to like a real human being doing a real activity in the real world is so much more exciting than video games to me. Nothing against video games, but like it's really bizarre thinking of making like a skate compilation of tricks that you did in a video game and putting music to it. I get it though, everybody has a hobby and an outlet. I'm a rollerblader, I can't judge. I find that skate videos or action sport videos cut through the bullshit of everyday life, that there's something so comforting about somebody who's not making any money. I guess some people do, depending on the video that you're watching and what sport, but especially in rollerblading, I love that people aren't getting paid to do it. They really want to do it. There's no huge reward except for the intrinsic reward, and things like stupid marketing, like ads that you see on your phone or on television, that it cuts through all of like the stupid, silly stuff about life that you find absurd, that a skate video in some way is completely outside of that. That I guess in some ways you're advertising products that you're using for skating, but a good one won't. A good one will not have anything too blatant. A good one will feel real, and the motivation will feel right, and you'll feel refreshed that after you watch a good skate video, it's relating to how it makes you see the world differently. It just cuts through all of the silly things. A good video though. A bad video will make you think, is this the same activity that I do? Or like, are these people trying to become famous or what? I'm not sure their intentions on why they made this, or anyways, that's a whole other thing. Advertising is the one that I think about a lot. It's like, you see a really stupid commercial that if people don't think, or skate videos that help that side of like being more not cynical, but being able to make fun of things in life and having a sense of humor. And like, if you fall down in the dirty streets and film it, and you like watching videos of other people doing that, being in the streets, getting dirty, falling down, being in some ways it's like a dorky, weird, nerdy thing to do. It helps frame what's important to you, or those intrinsic rewards of something that you really like to do that nobody else respects or cares about. It helps you frame who you are and what you like and don't like, and things that you find silly about the modern world or life. Or I always look at just advertising and marketing to me is people are filling you have a hole that you need to fill with something. I think organized religion did a really good job. People could fill the hole, but like, it's weird to me that it's more socially acceptable to go at my age, in my late 30s, to go get drunk at a pub, eat shitty food, and watch sports and do things like fantasy football and go to sports games and you know what I mean, or like golfing, like getting wasted and going golfing. It's weird what's more socially acceptable in North America than doing a strange human movement activity and filming it with friends going into your late 40s. It is pretty weird, but that's also what makes it more addictive to keep making videos, because other people in other sports are doing it, and they know they're just as addicted to that intrinsic feeling of doing stuff. So I love that it's happening in all the sports, that there's people in their 40s and 50s still hooked on it, still making stuff. They're not going to stop, and they're setting standards on how far you can go. And then there's people like Slow-Mo. You watch the video on him, and you realize how young you are and how much time you have to evolve your thoughts and vision around the activity, and just how infinite it is to make a video about that activity. I love that about YouTube. I do like Instagram, but I find YouTube has been really cool about the format of the skate video has now splintered off into, or thinking about bonus features on a DVD has splintered off into every kind of video you could imagine to do with skating. To the point that the traditional skate video is kind of a lost art. It's become more parts, I guess, but I find the tradition and ritual of making a full-length skate video, whether it's important or not, it's important to me, and I think it's something that I just still like to do. I could hear my dog clip-clopping, so I lost my train of thought. They're a strange form of protest towards something I can't explain. I just think by continuing to make videos and consume skate videos and celebrate skate videos, you're carrying on that ritual and tradition of something that was maybe seen as a fad or something that people think is dead, and you're keeping it going because you love to do it. And I love watching other people's, like, the amount of effort and time that people put into these things. And for such a small audience of people, it's incredible to me. It means that people are getting that intrinsic motivation and reward, which is the best kind. So that's why I'm still hooked on it. Yeah, strange form of protest. I love that people are making stuff and creating stuff that's contributing to some small culture, that you're making your own thing instead of consuming other things. Obviously we use music from other artists and we're inspired by other sports, but making stuff in this small little community, microcosm within a microcosm, is so exciting and addictive to me still, and probably to lots of other people. In a Jello Biafra interview with on the Needle Drop YouTube channel, he had an amazing quote about music that translates so perfectly to skate videos. He said that records, or music and records, are incredible because they don't go stale. The images and music, unless it's a degrading VHS tape, but the images and the music and everything, that world that I was talking about, it's always available. You can go back to it, that I have right here, USD Tour video or Hoax 2. You can go watch these things online right now. You can put the lights down, and you can have headphones, or you can turn up the volume. You can get a beverage, and just sit and soak in that world. And it hasn't changed since the original time that it was created. So your experience of it can still be exactly the same, or as you change, your view can change. But yeah, I love that skate videos don't go stale. Bad ones do. Really good ones, though, actually reaffirm that feeling. Sometimes after watching commentaries, like if we watch a really good video, you're just reminded why you still love to do this. And I'm sure it's the same people listening to a really good record. If it's something you haven't seen or heard, but it's old, it still can be new, if that makes sense. These old Greg Stump ski videos that I had never seen, and then I realized how much of an influence they had on just all action sports videos, and especially rollerblading videos, because Bruce Benedict, the cinematographer, shot all of the early rollerblade stuff. And then probably one of the most incredible things I had ever seen was as I researched the history of skate videos more, I kept hearing about blind video days. My favorite skateboarding video is Video Days. Mark Gonzalez from Video Days. The first time I saw on YouTube is great for this, by the way. you can look up these classic sections. The first time I saw Mark Gonzalez in blind video days is from 1991, which is almost 30 years ago. I realized why. I knew rollerblading was a wacky, young sport with not a lot of history, not a lot of identity, that was overly cocky, got too big too fast. When you watch Mark Gonzalez in video days, you realize just how unrefined rollerblading was, and how it didn't have an identity, and that it was just a knockoff version of something that already existed that was so incredible. Obviously, rollerblading still had a lot of legendary videos and moments and everything, but you look at Mark Gonzalez in blind video days, that is a fully formed, incredible activity. Somebody at their creative prime. It just goes beyond just being good at something, and you understand why skateboarding as a culture completely blew up and influenced everything. That section is mind-blowing. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. Lastly, I saw one today actually. I'll be driving around and you'll see somebody walking down the street that seem interesting, and you'll think like, I would love to watch a section of that guy. And not even just for rollerblading, but like, if he's a snowboarder or BMXer, it's like, I would love if that guy had a section that I could go watch. Sometimes just the way people are dressed, or the way they're walking, or their body language, you think, I would love to see like 3 minutes of that person like coming up with tricks or a vision for their activity that they like. And I love that about skate videos, that before podcasts and everything, you just get to know somebody's personality or how they see the world, or you get a feel for who they are through how they skate or do these activities. And that's probably one of my favorite parts, is that you see this human expression that you just wouldn't normally see. It's not, because it doesn't happen in regular sports. People are picking tricks to do, spots to go to, the way they move, they're feeling a certain way that day. It's just such an infinite art form, and still quite a young art form as well. To think of, the earliest versions of ski videos and skate videos, hasn't been as long as film. And it'll be weird to see how the full-length video evolves over time. I know it's still important, but yeah, who knows, but at 2030, where the skate video will be, what the classics will be. People will not stop making them. The form and the length might change, but I'll still be making them, at least until 2030 for sure. And then I'm not sure, when do I turn 50? I'll have to see when I turn 50, but the plan is to keep making them well into the 50s and 60s. There's so many styles, moods, formats to play with. It's infinite and infinitely interesting. Thank you for watching and listening. Keep skating and filming or something.